What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Pure Evil MMA. I'm your host, as always, Evil Eddie, and we have another interview for you guys here today. Coming off his fight for Lion Fight 50, we got Tong Syvanthong, and I'm pronouncing that the best I can. What's going on today, Tong?
I'm good. And you?
I'm doing good, man. So first off, how do you pronounce your last name correctly? Is it Tong Syvanthong? How do you pronounce it?
Syvanthong.
Oh, so I nailed it pretty good. Because I'm used to some of these. I'm used to some of these Muay Thai names. Like, I've been attending lion fights for a few years now, and I see a lot of guys that change their name to go with their gym. Is that one of your gyms, or is that your actual last name?
That's my actual last name. I do have a name after my gym, but I get the chance to put it down.
So listen, man, was this your first fight under Lion Fight Promotion? Because it's one of the leading organizations for here in the United States. I mean, it's really trying to grow, and I think they're doing a great job, especially the new contract that they just signed for CBS. That's really big, coming off of Flow Combat and even Access TV. CBS is, broadcasted to millions and millions of people, so it's a huge platform. Was this your first fight under their banner?
Yeah, it was. I was excited. They gave me the opportunity. And I jumped on it. I've been trying to get into a lion fight for the longest, and I finally got the opportunity.
So what were your expectations of it? Because there's a lot of fighters that have gone through there, like Zarina Bars, Antonina Shevchenko, who just recently signed to the UFC. What was your expectation, and how close did it come to reality?
I mean, I used to train under Jack Watt. We tried my coach, Coach Chanawat, used to fight in lion fight, and then, I've dreamed of fighting the big show like that for the longest. And, this opportunity came in, I was just calling me, you want to fight? 145. I usually fight at 147, 145 was the lowest I can go, but, I took it, so I was excited.
So what did you know about your opponent going into this fight? Do you like to do research on your opponents? Because I know a lot of guys out there, they leave that up to their coaches and whatnot. But I do know there's a huge interest. Like personally, I would want to know everything I could know, but sometimes it doesn't work for you. Sometimes it's better to just leave it to your coaches. What do you do for that situation?
I'm the type of the old-fashioned, how you're out there training to send you to fight your opponent not knowing. I'm more like that. Man, I seen his fight in Max, just like a glimpse of it. I mean, when I see, I don't like to study. I just like to go out there and just bang and fight and just fight my own fight. But I mean, I did see him fight Max, and I fought Max, and yeah. So just a little bit of his history of his Max fight. That's all I know.
So honestly, man, what does it feel like? Was this your first time being on a big stage, in front of millions of people for CBS? That's a huge opportunity right there. What was the feeling there? What was the vibe? Do you kind of zone out to all that?
Man, it's a little bit nerve-wracking at the same time, but I was happy that I get to fight in the big show that was show on CBS, and everyone in my gym was happy for me that I get to fight in this kind of big show. And now, I hope I did well and showing the people that I have good techniques and good skills, and I hope I can get in the card again and show more of my skills.
Well, honestly, for people out there, I always recommend this. For the new people into the UFC, and they really don't understand what's going on with the wrestling and what's going on with jiu-jitsu on the ground, they want to see people just go in there and strike. They want more of a Muay Thai fight. So I keep constantly recommending Muay Thai to people. Where did you start with this? Why was Muay Thai your main focus instead of branching out to MMA in recent years like we saw a lot of people do?
My Muay Thai is my first love. Growing up, I'm always getting into fights, street fights, and all that. But Muay Thai is an outlet for me to better myself. I choose to do it, and I'd rather do my fighting in the ring instead of out in the street. So that's one of the things that kind of saved me in a way. I think it saved everyone. People who has issue, has problem. Muay Thai Thai is like an outlet for them. For me, that's what it is.
Honestly, man, the one thing I really appreciate about Muay Thai that you don't see in mixed martial arts is, and it's probably really hard for a lot of people going over, especially in this era where you're seeing the UFC being more of an entertainment business. When Muay Thai, really it sticks to the roots where it's a lot of respect before and after fights. There's a lot of tradition that goes into it as well. So do you kind of hold that dear to you as well? Like being one of the reasons why you don't want to branch out, like it's kind of embedded in you as who you are, and you don't want to be disrespected or see the sport disrespected or even you disrespected by going to MMA and being with like, you know, somebody that just runs their mouth to promote the fight, which could be very disrespectful to a lot of people that train Muay Thai.
For some people, I don't think it's disrespectful. It's just depending on who you are. If you like to showcase your skill and move to MMA to, you know, to get better, or just to be more of an entertainer. But for me, I'm just a stand-up kind of guy. I like going toe to toe. I like standing up. You know, I don't like going on the ground. It's a good art too, and I know it's beautiful. To me, Muay Thai is beautiful. It's a beautiful art. You can showcase your stand-up skills. And there's many ways you can showcase your skills with Muay Thai. You know, that's how I feel.
So honestly, man, it's a big tradition inside Muay Thai to get ready for your fights in very specific ways. How do you train to get ready for fights, and what do you do to cut weight? I always like hearing some of the little tricks that you guys pick up over in Thailand, some of the traditions there. How do you personally get ready for your fights?
I definitely run a lot. But in America, I feel like it's a little harder because I don't have time to train as much as I usually do in Thailand. In Thailand, all we do is train, eat, and sleep. But here in America, you know, we have jobs. You know, I have to train, I have to work. You know, I have to wear clothes, I have to worry about other things. But in Thailand, it's so different. That's why it makes it so easy to train in Thailand. But in America, you know, I have a lot of tasks in my hands, plus the training. You know, but I made it work. You know.
Honestly, man, how long have you spent in Thailand? Because I've interviewed a lot of fighters that they go over there, they learn. I mean, it's crazy how much they learn. It's got to be really hard to come back to America and see the culture and the way that things are. How long have you spent over in Thailand?
To be honest, I only spent about a month in Thailand. I mean, I was born and raised in Thailand, but I did a little Muay Thai when I was young. But I recently started traveling back to visit and vacation, and like this year I trained for a month and fought in Max, and I love the culture and I love Muay Thai, and yeah, but it's so different from in America. We're so busy up there; they're more relaxed, you know. It's more cool over there.
So was this not really a surprise for your parents? Like, was this something that they were kind of really supporting? Because there's a lot of people out there that don't want their children to take this route because it's, let's face it, it's really hard to make a living off of it, especially this day and age right now. So were your parents really supportive of it because you come from the area where, you know, it originated?
Yeah, I mean, my dad, he's very supportive. You know, he was in the Vietnam War. He helped the American, and it's like we're not like well off, we're not rich family, and it's like we just like you do what you got to do to survive in this world. You know, you want to fight, become a professional fighter. You want to do whatever you got to do to survive. So yeah, they're very supportive.
So were you able to watch any of the fights on this card? Were you able to actually, after your fight, were you able to enjoy the entertainment that went on, see some of the other fighters in there, see some of their styles?
I did, I mean, the cards is really good, and some of the fighters they're amazing. They're really quick. I mean, Josh I've seen Josh fought Eddie a while back, and Josh he's really good now.
Josh Aragon?
Yeah. I've seen Josh. I used to fight amateur a long time ago in LA. I I'd seen him fought before, and I'm surprised at how good he got. You know, it's been a while, and I've been off the game for a while. I play amateur, and I took a long break for like 5-6 year break.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like an on-and-off thing with me. Now I'm like at the age where I need to show my skills, and I have the time limit. I got like 3 more years left. Hopefully, I have 3 more years left to fight and just showcase my skills. And that's all I want. Just to.
What was that like, man? Like, was it kind of like putting the training wheels back on again? Like, have you stayed active with training, being fit, and all that, or did you kind of jump back into it after six years away?
You know, Muay Thai was like a hobby of mine, and it became a job, and I just became a trainer. So at the same time, I just kept teaching, and so I've been staying busy, just teaching, and I'm in a good shape just being a trainer, and I also work out, on my off time. My girlfriend, she's a Muay Thai fighter too. She just started 2 years, and she's doing really well, So. Yeah, I'm always active.
That's got to be interesting, having a home life, dating another fighter. She's also she's also a Muay Thai fighter. Did you guys meet in a gym, or did you guys meet and randomly find out that you guys were Muay Thai, which is probably unlikely?
Yeah, we met in a gym. I was under Chayo, and she was in there for a while, and then I was in Taekwondo in Oakland. She was in Chayo, and Massachusetts, persuaded me to come teach in their gym. So I did, and then that's where we met, and that's how we're still here,
So before we end this interview, I got a couple more questions for you here about Lion Fight. When you went there and you finally went through your fight, you got to relax and stuff, did you go to the after party? Did you get to kind of mingle? Because I know Scott Kent, he's one of the best dudes in the scene. I've had dinner with him before. He's just a great guy. We're able to interact with some of the other fighters and, some of the other people that behind the scenes, especially Scott Kent or Zur.
I didn't get to go to the after party. I wasn't aware there was after parties yet. So I just went back to my hotel and had some dinner, and that was it. So I had my flight the next morning. Yeah.
Where are you training out of right now? Are you out in that area? Are you on the West Coast currently right now doing this interview?
Yeah, I am.
Are you so? Obviously, Jordan Harris fought on that same card. Are you kind of close with him? Do you know who he is and have a relationship with him?
Who is it?
Jordan Harris.
Jordan Harris. No.
I believe
I'm not in the West Coast. I'm in East Coast.
Well,
not East Coast. Sorry, I'm San Francisco area. Oakland.
Oh, okay. So before we end this interview, man, there's only a couple months left in the year. When are you trying to get back in there? Because I know Muay Thai people fight all the time, but right now, if you're under the Lion Fight promotion, I don't think their next card's until maybe February, I think.
February. Whenever they ask me to come back, I'm ready. I'm just trying to get as much fight as I can to get as much experience and showcase my skills. It's been hard to get into a fight in America lately because I was laid off for like 6 years, and to get into this promotion was a blessing for me.
Well, obviously, being out for 6 years, it had to be a little nerve-wracking, like you said at the beginning. But now that you kind of got a taste for it, are you kind of craving to get back in there? Like I would. Like if I went in there, played one game of football right now, I'd be dying to get back in there.
It was nerve-wracking, and I actually, I feel like I should have trained a little harder for this one. Gassing out from the third round, but I pushed fourth and fifth. But either way, I'm happy with my performance. But the next one, I'm definitely going to train harder. I'm definitely going to showcase more of my skills. What
were your coaches saying in the corner, round after round, and especially after the fight? Like, where did you leave off with your coaches? What was their attitude this entire time?
Actually, I was my own coach, and they're my student. And what I tell them was like, this guy can fight backward, and and I told him like if I fight backward, tell me to push forward. And I think my issue was like I was trying to end the fight with a left hook and an upward elbow from 6 to 12, but I was contemplating doing that for so long, trying to find the timing. So I kind of throw my game off a little bit, but overall, you know, it is what it is, and just move on. And you know, I'm happy.
Were you able to connect with your opponent after the fight? Because, like I said at the beginning of this interview, Muay Thai is such an amazing sport. Before and after the fights, you guys have, you know, mutual respect. Were you able to talk to your opponent afterwards? And if so, how'd that go?
You know, we actually stayed in the same hotel, and yeah, I bumped into him like 2 doors down, and we just like, you know, say what's up, you know, and say hi. And but I didn't get to see him after. I mean, we did talk after the fight was over. That guy's a tough kid, you know, and I have mad respect for him. You know, I have no bad blood with anybody. Every time I fight someone, I'm always, you know, friends. And it's the Muay Thai culture, you know. We're always friends, we're always cool with each other after fight. No bad blood at all.
I know the respect is there, but there's not. We're all human. Like, we all have the instinct. Like, you have to feel some type of way. Do you eye him up? Like, what's your real pure reaction when you first saw him? Like, this guy's going to be fighting me. Obviously, you're not going to say anything stupid or be rude or disrespectful. But what's really going through your mind in that moment?
I remember that when we weighed in and did a face off, and he just stared at my face, and I was like, and I told him, and I just like, and I had my eye was, I was looking at him. I was like, this is kind of awkward, right? And he just like started smiling and laughing. I was like, so I made him laugh. Muay Thai, it's all about, you know, fighting, showcase your skills, and just playing and being happy. You know, like there's, you know, I see a lot of Thai fighters when they fight, they smile. And like, you know, every time if they land a good kick or land a good combo, you know, we'll tap gloves like a respectful thing. You did a good job. You know, I mean, we did that during the fight. Like, I landed a good punch. I'm like, hey, you know, he tapped my hand, and he landed a good body, a good punch, and he just tapped my hand. It's like, it's a mutual respect, you know.
If there's
that's why I love it. Yeah.
If there's one thing that you've learned from this fight, what is it?
One thing I learned from this fight, you know, learning from this fight, I feel like I need to push forward and maybe train a little bit harder. You know, before I used to train until like I want to pass out, but this one is like easy selling. You know, like I think it just has to do with like the training with. Like, I don't have much time to train because, you know, I have to teach and work and to do other things outside of my life. But overall, you know, next one will be a harder training. Yeah.
So listen, my last question for you is, obviously you're a coach. Where can people that are hearing this interview reach out and get a hold of you if they want to come down to your gym or just give you a follow, whether it's on Facebook, Instagram? How can people get a hold of you?
They can... From Instagram, you can type in b.Syvanthong, my last name, and Facebook is Tong Syvanthong. If you want to, I can spell my last name. It's SYVANTHONG. My first name is Tong, BOUNTHONG. I mean, if you guys want to keep in touch, and if you're ever down in the Richmond area, you want to have a little sparring or private, whatever, just come by. It's Chayo Muay Thai, and check us out. It's a small gym, but it's a good gym.
Tong, I want to thank you so much for joining me here on Pure Evil MMA. You officially got your horns, which means we need to have you back on, especially if you're going to be on that upcoming Lion Fight card, which I believe is in February. And I think they're coming back to the East Coast, as a matter of fact. So if you are on that card, we'll get to meet face-to-face, which is always a blast, and do some, behind-the-scenes interviews. You got to meet Iggy, Igdalia Medina Photography, #Hushai. It's a blast, man. I love what Lion Fight does. I love what they put on. They put on some really good, entertaining fights. They know what they're doing over there. And I know that your manager definitely helped Scott Zur out with a lot of guys from from his management coming over on this card, which I love seeing, man. So I want to thank you so much for joining me here on today's podcast. Last but not least, if you have any sponsors, anything at all that you want to say, the floor is all yours.
Yeah, I just want to thank Lion Fight for this wonderful promotion, giving the opportunity. Thank you all my family and friends who came out to support me. You know, it's a long way just to see me fight, but I appreciate everyone who support Muay Thai, and that's it. I have no other sponsor yet, but hopefully soon. Yeah, thank you very much for this interview.
Yeah, well, last but not least, if Lion Fight does offer you a fight here on the East Coast, would you be willing to take that?
Of course, yes, I will.
Let's see it happen, man. I want to thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day, and last but not least, we wish you best of skill moving forward on your journey.
All right, thank you, sir.
There we go, guys. Tong Syvanthong coming off a fight over at Lion Fight, 6 years away. Man, imagine what a battle that must be mentally, getting ready for a fight and then tasting, like when you're obviously in there training, and obviously Muay Thai is pretty brutal, but when you're actually in the fight and feeling the actual pressure, and then you finally get hit with some nasty intentions after 6 years, that's got to be, I would be anxious, obviously. I've never been in that position, but I feel like that's got to be anxious. But afterwards, I feel like you would be craving to get back in there, like you just got a taste of it. Now, all right, let's rip, let's go. Let me show you what I'm about. I'm warmed up. I got everything loose. Let's go. So I would love to see him on the February card. So Lion Fight, if you're watching, let's make that happen. Make some dreams come true here, and I know that you guys do all the time, and you guys got some great people on the roster between Yason Bertigo, Team Yayo, Chip Maraza Pollard, Steve Walker, which honestly, guys, I watched him in his debut. Never seen the crowd get that loud for somebody, and he's backed himself up this entire time, defending the title. He really reminds me of Anderson Silva. Lion Fight is putting on some great cards, and now they're on CBS of all places. My grandma can sit home and watch. I even told her, I was like, you know what, next time I go there, look for me on TV. It'll be on CBS, which is like channel 2 or 3 here on the East Coast. That's huge. I mean, they were on Access TV, which was amazing. But unfortunately here on the East Coast, I can't get Access TV. You have to like pay even extra money, or I don't even think I can even get it. I remember calling Xfinity and trying to get it and requesting it, or tried downloading it. Nothing. And it's so frustrating because there's so many cards that I wanted to see, or DVR, and I couldn't do that. But now it's on CBS, and it's even more welcome in the homes of Americans now, because CBS is a huge station, a grandfather station. This is huge. This is huge. This is what I wanted to see for Lion Fight. And they're coming back to the East Coast in February, and you bet your ass I'll be there. You bet your ass I'll be there. Iggy will be there. I'll be there. You don't want to miss it. And tickets are really cheap too, guys. Tickets are really cheap. They have a great roster. Like I said during this interview, if you are into MMA, if you're new to mixed martial arts or combat sports, and you don't really understand